Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome back to Fallout 4. Now, I've just finished doing that DLC video. I'm currently just having a little bit of a hunt around for useful components because some of my settlements are getting a little bit angsty, and as a result I need to go and, help them out and build some things and just make them a little bit happier. And I'm going to be going from the most unhappy to the most happy, I guess. Had a few good things happen. Well, I got myself a plasma pistol finally, so that's kind of awesome. And I am upgrading a few of my weapons so that they are a little bit more useful, like the combat rifle, which I worked out was actually better than one of the other rifles that I'd built, the pipe one. So I'm getting this one up and running. And I don't really know where to go. I need steel and concrete and all sorts of things that I don't have an awful lot of. I could go to Hangman's Alley and get that one just sort of looted at the very least. So Hangman's Alley is a real pain to really build on because there's not a lot of space, and when you're getting maybe 10 or more settlers in, you've got that problem of where to actually build all your stuff, and I've really no idea what I'm going to do with it. However, one of the good things about Hangman's Alley is that it's not that far from places to loot. So this is Hangman's Alley. Really small. I guess what we could do is start off by removing all of this. Certainly get rid of all the concrete, and that will give us water at least. And so this has a happiness of 50, basically because it got nobody in it. If I was to add a recruitment beacon, they'd pour in, but that's not bad. I'll grab both of those. If nothing else but for scrap. There's a weapons bench over here, so I can scrap anything that I don't really need, like that. So these are the weapons that I've got at the moment. My crippling .50 bolt action pistol, which is kind of nice still. Does 86 damage. The Assaultron blade. I'm trying to skill up my melee, because what I'm quickly finding is that with this build I'm not going to be finding a lot of ammunition. So if I can skill up my melee, then I can get a decent blade of some description. The Assaultron blade will do for the moment. Or I thought of a sledgehammer. I could make it up a super sledgehammer and do it that way. Or maybe even some rebar or something like that. Combat shotgun, which needs to be skilled. No, I can't do anything with that at the moment. Find a fair amount of shells around, but then I use them up quite quickly. So, yeah. Muzzled 308 pipe revolver pistol, kind of nice actually. It does its job. This is the fully upgraded 10mm pistol, and then the combat rifle, the maximised plasma pistol. So this does the maximum amount of damage per shot, but it doesn't carry an awful lot of ammunition. And the Tesla rifle as well, which I need to get rid of actually. This is not exactly a quest reward, but it's something that you can pick up from someone. And on that trip that I got the Tesla rifle from, I also got some T60 Tesla armour and a full set of XO1. So yeah, that's the experimental, the Enclave armour that you might sort of see around. But yeah, I can't really do anything with that. I just need loot basically. So let's go down to Corviga. Or Fallon's. I could do Fallon's. Yeah, let's do Fallon's. Because that's got super mutants, and super mutants might have sledgehammers. That's my thinking. Or baseball bats I could get. No, I have baseball bats. And I'll just... Yeah, let's go down to Fallon's and kill some super mutants. So Fallon's used to be a department store, pretty much. And I want to kill that suicider. Trying to hit his bomb. Oh, there's two of them. Oh god, multiples. He gave me a mini nuke at least. I pretty much use those things as currency. I never used the nuke launcher. It's way too heavy. And where's Ada? I need to repair her. Yeah, the mini nuke launcher. It's way too heavy, and its blast radius is so huge that half the time you end up just killing yourself. So I generally don't see the point of it. I do, however, use quite a few grenades. It's a good way of getting enemies that are behind cover. So yeah, we're going into Fallon's. Yeah, so Fallon's has been taken over by super mutants, who like to just murder people until you come along and murder them instead. But it's got quite a lot of good loot in there. It's a department store. A lot of blood bags. And one of these. This is meant to be a 1% chance to get that meal, and they're scattered all over the place. But I haven't been lucky ever. Let's go downstairs. Start off. So downstairs is sort of I don't know what it was meant to be actually. I thought it might be something like a jewellery store or something like that, but there's no sort of vault or anything. Vault as in not you know what I mean. Oh, I've got no grenades left. Fine, I'll take a couple of stems and actually I've made some roast murloc. Okay. I'm stuck on the stairs. No, I need to get up unstuck. So Ada is the robot from the Mechanist pack, and I've been upgrading her every so often, whenever I can. So now she's got the stealth blade. She basically does 70 damage in melee and 70 damage in ranged. So that's not too bad. Now these are railroad signs, but I've no idea what they mean. Ooh, safe. This might have ammunition in. This is one of those games where I just burn through all of my ammunition so quickly. I don't need a pipe pistol. I mean, I could take it as a backup, but there's no point. There's really no point. It doesn't do any damage, so... Or at least it doesn't do enough damage for especially what I'm dealing with here, which is mutants. Which are... There's way too many super mutants in this world. Just literally, you can't create this many super mutants using technology. The amount of super mutants you kill, you would end up just wiping out the species because they can't recreate themselves. They're infertile as a result of the process. And FEV is such a controlled substance. Of the FEV to actually create the super mutants is such a controlled substance that there's only two places, technically three, but there's only two law-wise places that you can get the stuff. So God, I hate these skirmishers. They've got a fair amount of health on them. Don't really want any of those. I could take face. Yeah. Skull, bladed board. Ooh. How much damage does the bladed board do? So I'm looking for a replacement for that, because it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. So it does 42 damage, which is actually possibly more than the... Yeah, it does actually do more damage than the blade. I mean, that does do 16 damage on top, but even so, it's slow speed though, so that's something to consider. So this was a sort of a clothing store, this part. Yeah, Fallon's is sort of more like a department store than a mall. The difference being, if you've been to somewhere like the Bentall's used to be a department store, a single store that would sell a wide variety of items, whereas the Bentall's Centre was more like a shopping mall, a collection of stores under one roof. So yeah, that's sort of your difference. This isn't a shopping mall, this is all Fallon's, it's just lots of individual shops all under the same name. Some psycho. I do use a lot of drugs, so that will be useful. I never really bother looking in the blood bags because there's never anything. Well, there's only going to be a very small amount of good stuff in there. There's not going to be like a laser rifle or anything in there. You know, it's just a few bits of reasonable goods. And this is why I took lockpicking. Maxed out. Well, I haven't maxed out lockpicking, but I'm getting there. Simply because there's so many safes and the like in the world. It's slightly more useful than hacking. Very slightly. There's a few good things that you can get with hacking. There's a suit of power armor that I need to get at some point. That's stuck behind a master or an expert. I can't remember which. Ooh, working terminal. Oh right, okay, so it's yeah, all part of Fallon's department store. There's also a somewhere anyway. There's a jewelry shop. I've never found it, but it's meant to have a vault in it. So, as in a like a security vault rather than a. Why do they have to call them vaults? It causes so much confusion. There's also somewhere a super mutant with a minigun, so I've got to be careful about him. This is sort of a kitchen, a sort of appliance store. Need to get over there. You humans made us. We didn't make that many. We really didn't make. Well, the Master did, but a lot of his super mutants were slightly more intelligent. Very slightly. Because we got, they could talk properly. So, the likes of Marcus. He was a sort of a more intelligent super mutant. But quite a lot of his super mutants were Nightkin, or at least the elite were. Yeah, this is a super mutant history lesson here. We did FEV in another video, but considering we were going up against super mutants, why not talk about super mutants? They are kind of awesome. What FEV basically did to them, and they were going to be used as weapons. Excel, what's Excel? Oh, is that a? Yeah, that's basically you take that to get a little bit of everything, or a lot of everything. It's probably quite rare, I would think. A lot of the drugs have some quite nasty downsides. get addicted to them quite easily. Certainly, you wouldn't want to get addicted to Excel because you would never be able to fund that or supply that habit. I guess I might be able to make some of that later on. I don't know. You can make all sorts of stuff in this game that you probably shouldn't be able to make quite a lot of this stuff, but for some reason you've been given a magical ability to make quite a lot of things that you probably shouldn't be able to. I mean, you know, there's being able to create a shack. That sound, it's me coming to kill you. Yes, yeah, this is going to be a supply run episode of me basically grenades, trying to find useful stuff. I do need that. Beer bottles, yeah, glass, not really needed. There's a minigun guy in here. I do like the sounds the mutant hounds make. Nope, bad. I don't want you to have. That. And that's why I didn't want you to have that. Bye bye. Bye bye, indeed. I do like Ada. She just basically murders everyone. I'll take that. Tactical shredding, which I believe, if I go to the weapons, I believe that actually counts as a... I'll have to put it into a workbench and find out, but I believe that does turn it into a melee weapon when you spin it. Not too much loot in that round, but enough to be going on with. And I did get some weapons out of that as well. Hello, a fusion core. Ooh. Okay, that trip was worth it, and should be out into Commonwealth onto the top floor. I'll have a quick look around the top floor just to see if there's anything. Well, there's a super mutant there. Need any more bladed boards. I mean, I could break them down, I guess. There's probably no loot in here. No loot. It's sort of a rooftop dino, I guess. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go back to Vault 88. That's pretty much now my... Before the DLC, the Vault-Tec DLC hit, my main sort of base of operations would have been Sanctuary, or one of my Country Crossing was basically in this game was my sort of go-to place for resupply and the like. But now my sort of main base of operations is Vault 88, simply because it's kind of awesome to live in a vault, and it's something that I always thought, why don't they let you do it from the start, considering Vault 111 isn't in a bad state, so you could very, very easily live there. So yeah, that's my XO1 armour, which I put in the Hot Rod Flames. And over here is my cobbled together suit of... Oh no, this is my full set of pink T51. I found that... I can't remember where I found that one actually. I do have a cobbled together suit as well, which I use to get over to the island. Oh yeah, the cobbled together suit is over at Spectacle Island. So let's just see what we can do here. Let's scrap that. Unfortunately, you can't scrap legendary gear, so I've just got to store it. Alright, so that's that, and then if I run down the corridor past the raider that hasn't despawned yet. I wish the bodies despawned quicker, because you just end up with these bodies lying around that you've stripped of anything useful. Oh, cooking. Let's see if I've got any. Yes, I can get a deathclaw steak. Yeah, so that's all that. I now cook all my meat that I get, because it does end up being quite useful. Okay, so this is a fully upgraded board. Downside is that its speed is quite slow. So I'm going to scrap it. At least with that one, speed is medium and it does do 32 damage technically. So, right, and this one. So Shredder is bash. Okay, so it's superior bash with inferior range, and it's got a gunner sight, and it's only got a single barrel, but I need a better gun nut to get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to display it. Weapon racks, steel, yeah, that's to get out there. This is sort of my armory now. This, where all my weapons that I want to sort of keep around ish. This is basically where it goes. So I've got a Junkie's Oak baseball bat, which does more damage if you're addicted to drugs. My rapid hardened sniper rifle, which I found somewhere, and my old laser pistol before I got the plasma pistol. Some of it does just go into here because I need a larger room to display my my things in, and that will come later, probably the next episode. But with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.